Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to another instalment of Macro Monday. Today's beer is the almighty Cooper's Pale. So yeah, Cooper's they are macro in a sense, but they're sort of like in between craft and macro. They're they're like a very large, like family owned company. They're still Australian owned and that, so but yeah, you can get their beers in other countries. They're in all the supermarkets. And yeah, this is pretty much this and the sparkling are their flagship beers. So it's an original pale ale, is what it's known as. It's probably similar to like an English pale. 4.5%. It's even got the IBUs on it. That's pretty cool. 26. And yeah, that's for the Americans. That's the standard drink thing we have on our cans and bottles. I think it was like originally brought out. So if you were to have a beer or two and then drive, you'd have a rough idea as to like whether you'd be right or not, like with whatever your local limit is. So yeah, like a standard drink. Normally, to be able to drive in Australia, you can have like 2 standard drinks and you're right. But yeah, that's if you're like just probably an average bloke. But yeah, let's get into it. And cheers to Tanner and Jimmy in the chat. Cheers, boys. Good to see you. I just got home from work not long ago and thought, good day for just a couple of quiet ones. I might do a crafty after this one, see what happens. But yeah, there's not really anyone on YouTube like doing lives or anything. It's pretty quiet. So yeah, like say if you go to a pub and you've got a lot of Aussie macro on tap and you'll see a Cooper's as well, you normally lean towards this because it's got that crafty edge. So yeah, it's always been a little bit cloudy compared to a lot of those macro like lager styles. So yeah, it's like sort of straw in colour, cloudy, probably like a medium body, 2-finger head. Carbonation's going nuts. It's pretty lively. Let's go in for a whiff. It's got a fruity aroma. You're getting like that dried fruit sort of thing, like dried apricot. Getting a little bit of biscuit. There's even like a toffee edge. But yeah, I feel like I've always felt with Cooper's, it's one of those beers. It's definitely like the hops are in it more for the aroma and the bitterness. Like flavour wise, it's pretty subdued. So yeah, let's go in for a taste. It's a nice day outside too, so I might even go and enjoy the rest of this and another one out in the sun for a while. So yeah, on the palate, you're getting that biscuity, light bready sort of vibe. You're getting it's like a slight hint of dried fruit, and a little bit earthy. And yeah, like there's a touch of like a peppery note or something, but you're not really getting like any big citrus flavour or anything like that. A little touch of that copper coin, as they say. But yeah, it's got like quite a lingering bitterness. It's definitely like a half decent beer. And I always out of the Coopers, I always enjoyed this one more than the red. The red's the sparkling ale. Ooh, as far as like say to buy a case, like a standard case of macro beer in Australia, you're looking at around $50 for 24. Um, Something like Cooper's is probably slightly dearer, but only just like it'd probably be like around the 55 mark. So yeah, as far as like if it comes to like, yeah, that's the thing. Like when it comes to macro beers in pubs now, I haven't really had, I haven't had a macro beer in a pub for so long, so I wouldn't even know roughly what price they are. Um, I'm guessing, say, like just like a schooner, a pot, sort of like a half, like yeah, not your pint size, the smaller one. You're probably looking at about, like, they're fucking expensive now. Like, it'd be around the probably $6 mark, $7 mark. Or beers at pubs like in Australia are just fucking insane. Like you'll spend like $15 on a pint, and it's like just an average beer. And we don't have a like in the UK where you have like Weatherspoons and stuff, and you can get like I don't know like average beers, but for a good price. We don't have anywhere like that. Yeah, there's like two more craft breweries have shut down in Australia in the last few weeks. Like it's starting to get really grim. I feel real sorry for them. But yeah, it's like it's the government just need to ease off a bit. Like they talk about helping out small business, but like any of the like yeah small alcohol businesses or hospitality and that they just fuck them over. It's like why do you have to charge so much tax? Like I understand if like big corporations get taxed, but like why do the little guys cop it so hard? Like when yeah, if in America you're paying like a couple of dollars for a beer, and then in Australia you're paying like three times the amount, you know that it's like it's not right. It's quite cloudy. Yeah, yeah. I have heard that Australia is sort of on the same, like Australia and Scandinavia are like the worst in the world as far as prices. Yeah, especially with you too, Jimmy, because you've lived in Wales and like England, so you've sort of seen what it's like there. Then you've gone to the US, and then it's like you've obviously spent a fair bit of time in Finland as well, but you've gone back there, and you'd just be like, "Fucking hell, the prices are insane." Like it's that bad in Australia. A lot of young kids now don't even. I mean, it can be a good thing that they don't drink, but like I don't know, it's part of growing up when you become an adult, like enjoying a beverage and instead of just sitting at home playing games and shit, like getting out there and socialising and having a beer. Like it blows my mind how many kids at work like they don't go out, they don't do anything. It's like fucking hell. Like no wonder you're weird to talk to and struggle in like social situations. Yeah. So yeah, this is normally in a bottle. And yeah, they've just started doing cans in the last few years, and they've done a few competitions as well where they've got people to come up with a brew like home brewers, and yeah, like you be a competition winner, and then your brew like becomes like one of the brewery's main beers. Yeah, it's pretty cool how they do stuff like that. You sort of hope that it like furthers, and if the person wanted to work for the brewery, they'd give them a job. My phone's going nuts. It's messages from a pet company asking if I want discounted pet food. I'm like, go away. Cheers, Shark, and cheers, Aubrey. What were you reeling about? I'm not sure when you actually chimed in. Pardon me. But yeah, another passion of mine lately is I've been getting into my hot sauces. And yeah, Matt's Hot Shop out of Melbourne's fucking unreal. If I like live there and like, I don't know, like it'd be the sort of place I'd go to all the time because he does like tasting sessions and stuff, and really good bloke. There was an article read about him on the week, like about, I don't know, a week ago, and yeah, they were talking about how he started in his. I think he started doing his own sauces from his parents' farm, and he was just in his bedroom, just coming up with different like ingredients and shit. I'm like, that's cool. Now he's like, yeah, doing really well. I think I've got about 9 different sauces from him. Only one of them's been like real intense that I can't handle. I mean, I can still handle it, but it's like I'm real good with chili too. Like I've got like a, I can yeah, I can do it with the best of them. So yeah, it's definitely a crusher. But yeah, it's got what are the hops in it? It's like an Australian hop. Yeah, Pride of Ringwood. So I think the Pride of Ringwood hop is sort of it's similar to like East Kent Goldings in England. And yeah, like I think like I'm pretty sure it's used in like VB and Carlton Draft and a lot of the Australian macro beers. It gives off like those aromas and a bit of spice, but it's more of like a bittering, like high alpha hop. It looks like a hazy though, doesn't it? Yeah, I could imagine. Like I know back in the day it was regarded as being like insanely high in alpha, but then obviously all these other hops come along. Pretty sure it's grown up in the sort of the central area of my state, up in the mountains. But yeah, score wise for this one, I'd probably go a 3.5 out of 5. It's just one of those beers that's solid, nothing like that rocks your socks, but like, yeah, you're sort of happy to drink it. But yeah, I've got I've got plenty of good shit in the fridge. If you've seen the beers I reviewed yesterday, it's like, wow, I'm getting some of the hyped American shit that even the Americans can't get. But yeah, I finally got two of my bucket, or I got quite a few of my bucket list beers, but two in particular, I got Heady Topper and Focal Banger. So I'll do them two as a review together in like the coming week or two. And that'll be pretty cool. Just yeah, to be able to have them side by side, and yeah, just for the first time, like it'd be a good watch, I reckon, just to see what I think. Is anyone out there having a beer? In the words of Simon, what's your name, where you're from, and what you're drinking? Cheers, Orbs. One thing I'm always doing, like with this mouse on this laptop, is I always click the wrong side, and it does my head in. I've got these massive fruit sours in the fridge, and like I'm sort of keen to crack one, but it's like should I review like a few of them together, or should I review them just separately, or just drink one and not review it? Like it's always that big decision. Good thing about when you have stuff like this is like, yeah, you don't have to worry about bloody when you drink it or taking a photo of it or writing shit about it, because it's like a beer you've had a million times. I thought you were referring to too much information. I was like, I didn't say anything bad. Cheers, Angie. I'm not surprised you're still about it this time. You're probably just getting started. So yeah, I might wrap it up there. I'm probably going to do another beer review shortly, I think. So look out for that. Or if there's I don't know, maybe a couple of people that are keen to share a beer, might even, I don't know, organise a live or something. But yeah, thanks to everyone for chiming in. And yeah, this bad boy, yeah, 3.5 out of 5. And yeah, if you ever come to Australia, I feel like if you're in a pub and there's only macro beer, this is the one to try. So yeah, cheers, peeps. See you shortly.